However, there was something unusual about Torden. Ilara decided to follow him one evening. As the last rays of the sun disappeared, Torden transformed into a tortoise. His body shrunk, his limbs thickened. In the heart of the African savannah, where golden grasses danced in the breeze and the sky stretched wide and endless, there lived a beautiful woman named Ilara. Her skin was as rich and dark as the fertile earth, and her eyes sparkled like the night sky. Ilara was known throughout her village for her kindness, wisdom, and stunning beauty. She lived a peaceful life, deeply connected to the land and her people. One day, while gathering herbs by the river, Ilara encountered a stranger named Torden. He was handsome, with a strong, muscular build and had eyes that sparkled with mischief and mystery. As their eyes met, an unspoken connection sparked between them. They spent hours talking, laughing, and sharing stories. Ilara felt an inexplicable pull towards Torden, a feeling she had never experienced before. However, there was something unusual about Torden. He always seemed to disappear at nightfall and reappear at dawn. Intrigued and slightly worried, Ilara decided to follow him one evening. What she discovered left her heart pounding with both fear and sorrow. As the last rays of the sun disappeared, Torden transformed into a tortoise. His body shrunk, his limbs thickened, and a hard shell grew over his back. Ilara watched in horror and disbelief. The next morning, Ilara confronted Torden. "What are you hiding from me?" she asked with a trembling voice. Torden looked down, shame flooded in his eyes.
"I am cursed,"
he confessed.
"Many years ago, I offended a powerful sorceress. In her anger, she caused me to live as a man by day and a tortoise by night. I have searched far and wide for a cure, but none have been able to break the curse."
"How did you offend the sorceress?" Ilara asked, and Torden responded.
"I was a hunter, skilled with my bow and arrow. I roamed the forest, seeking game to feed the village. But I was also reckless, and I was unmindful of the sacred boundaries set by the spirits. So I trespassed into forbidden woods, where the leaves whispered secrets and the air hummed with magic. On this fateful day, I stumbled upon a hidden opening. Its moss-covered stones formed a circle, and at its center stood a sorceress, a woman of otherworldly beauty. Her eyes held the wisdom of centuries, and her skin shimmered like moonlight on water. Her name was Izina, and she was guardian of the forest's mystical energies. Blinded by arrogance, I approached Izina and I asked her, "What business do you have here, sorceress? This is my forest, and I fear no spirits." But Izina's laughter echoed through the glade, and she said to me, "You are but a mortal, Torden. The spirits tolerate your presence because of your village's offerings. But your disrespect has consequences," she said. And then mockingly I said to her, "Consequences? I fear nothing." Immediately, Izina's eyes darkened. "Then hear my curse. From dusk till dawn, you shall become a tortoise, a creature of slow, deliberate movements. Your human form will return only with the rising Sunday," she whispered. And then I laughed, thinking it was a joke. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, my limbs stiffened, and my skin hardened. I transformed into a tortoise, its shell adorned with intricate patterns that glowed like constellations. Night after night, I crawled through the forest with my senses heightened. I witnessed the spirits dancing, heard their mournful songs, and glimpsed their shimmering forms. They whispered of love, betrayal, and ancient grudges. And always, they spoke of Izina, the sorceress who held their fate in her delicate hands. My village noticed my absence during the day. They mourned me, believing I had been devoured by a forest beast. But at night, they were marveled at the mysterious tortoise that appeared near their huts at night. They fed him, unaware that I, their lost hunter, was trapped within the creature's shell. Izina watched from the shadows, her heart torn. She had cursed me to teach me humility, but she hadn't anticipated the depth of my suffering, and she wondered if redemption was possible. One moonless night, I decided to seek a solution for my problem, and decided to journey distant lands far away from my village to find a solution. I stopped here at the heart of the savannah before I met you.
Tears welled up in Ilara's eyes. Why didn't you tell me all this time? Then Torden admitted,
I was afraid. Afraid that you would see me as a monster and not the man who loves you deeply.
Ilara's heart ached for Torden. She knelt beside him and took his hand in hers. You are not a monster, Torden. You are the man I love, and we will find a way to break this curse together. From that day forward, Ilara and Torden faced numerous challenges. They traveled through dense forests, crossed vast deserts, and climbed towering mountains, seeking wise elders and powerful healers. Along the way, they encountered wild animals, treacherous terrains, and hostile tribes. Yet, their love for each other only grew stronger. Their journey led them to a remote village after crossing a deep river at the edge of a mystical forest. The village elder, a woman named Nia, was rumored to possess great wisdom and magical abilities. Nia listened to their story with a grave expression, and she said, "The sorceress who cursed Torden is powerful indeed, but there is a way to break the curse. You must find the heart of the forest. It is a rare and magical flower that blooms only once every 50 years. It is said to have the power to break any curse." Hearing this, hope surged in Ilara and Torden's hearts. They ventured into the mystical forest, facing enchanted creatures and overcoming perilous obstacles. The forest tested their resolve, their courage, and their love for each other. But hand in hand, they pressed on. Finally, after many days and nights, they found the heart of the forest. The flower glowed with an ethereal light. Its petals shimmered like liquid silver. Ilara gently plucked the flower and held it close to her heart. They returned to Nia, who prepared a potion using the flower.
Drink these together at midnight under the full moon, and the curse will be lifted,
Nia instructed. As the full moon rose high in the sky, Ilara and Torden stood together, holding the potion. They drank it, their eyes locked, in a gaze filled with love and hope. And suddenly, a powerful light enveloped them, and Torden's body began to change. The shell cracked and fell away. His limbs straightened, and he stood before Ilara as a man, whole and free. Tears of joy streamed down their faces as they embraced. "We did it! The curse is broken, Torden," Ilara whispered. Torden held her tightly.
Thank you, Ilara. I could not have done this without you.
Their love had triumphed over the darkest of curses, the most daunting of obstacles. Ilara and Torden returned to the village, where they lived the rest of their days together, their love growing deeper and stronger with each passing year. Their story became a legend, a testament to the power of love and the strength of the human spirit. And in the heart of the African savannah, where the golden grasses danced in the breeze and the sky stretched wide and endless, Ilara and Torden's love blossomed, eternal and unbreakable.